All right, so my name was say na me Samu Akwabe BM Ebra Sports Clinic Ghana. So final preparation for the Ghana versus Central African Republic. Ebusia enema ede dana kwemu me no kasa no players no awako piemu awakoya omo mandatory training ewo McNes. Na yeba be check out some of the videos, images and chese enema hodo a to dwa ho nyina no yeba be check it out. So straightforward yen kwai na yen konko pie McNes wo abra mandatory training no etimi etodwa. So in this one and I won't say players no omunyina akabo mu achese Thomas Tepate and other guys in I can see Elisha Usu here omunyina etimi aboa amajumadi no etimi akone nimpa. Yes, star boy MOHAMMED KUDUS, he is in the building Enti ebusia on your screens final preparation Blasters team no etimi ewo McNes on say me catch you say na boys no ewo Casablanca and as say omako piemu ewo McNes hanom na game no betimi atodwa enti as part of FIFA's mandatory training no and I just say nima etwagu ewo hon kama pa eti eno so eno no now yanto aso na yanhwe say de nima sifa echo akwasisibo. Yes, the man on your screens or also and I just say ojeje dem boko we boko pa Medema FC midfielder abrate no so na we dey would say o feel it because Blasters camp dey would say equipment ni bibi a we be adwuma no e ye na e neat so o compare Blasters and Medema enema be Kamal Dean Sulemana in your shot and enema ekoso pa Blasters camp wa upon pepra OJ needs player no na Brandon Asante Thomas on your screens na Brandon chese why de eno so eno no yemfiri ho na yenwura mu this near final preparation say the arrangement is sifa echo eti Joseph Tete Anna the goalkeeper on your screens ono so na otutu ne ho kakra no say ejuma no ekoye. Yes, they are locked in there at McNes Stadium. Iti enema ekoso semenyo so ene chechire on the day ejuma no yes the ladies man akwasisibo on your screens ebusia iti preparation na ede preparation no de eto dwade nyina etumi ede amount iti pate say baby a wo hye bia na wotentre wapom was a big game yakopon aduma echina na game no etumi atodwa enti shenosomame pa se game we ebe cracker game ewo hodom. So star boy MOHAMMED KUDUS man omkache MOHAMMED KUDUS omo de chom ho eti eno so no. Yes, Abrante we na Ghana for a feeling brutal. Yes, Benjamin Kofi Asare on your screens. Yes, enema ishiye pa iti we nyina preparation ahodo a team no etimi aye edi afesi Central African Republic. Yes, I can see a player no no Ali Sedu and other guys nyina on your screens. Team say Jumadi no ehye pa yakopon adom am say Central African Republic for the omawu kran kenye. Yes, Jonas Agete nti say ni the full house o Jonas Agete Elisha Usu obi a ehye ho no ma che say Jumadi no ekoyi pa ewo honom nti ebusia yakopon adom a eda chena de hwebi o say 2-1 de itimi etodwa edema Ghana na itimi efa 3 points in el honom eti yenhwade. Yes, nti pepra no pepra OJ news abrante no obo adwuma gidigidi el honom. Brandon Asante Thomas the informed striker el Coventry under Frank Lampard no abrante afine the rhythm a just adwuma de o twane neat e twane clean el honom nti eno so eno Istanbul Besiktas player abrante Jerome Opoku ono so ena etimi eba ye kama el honom no. Antoine Salam semenyo abrante we de enye easy heta two pa na de negu yi o se dey chosin ana se de no ana me na maninye aso se chosin bi o abusia ye easy we nyina ska na oni ska obeda aye Inti eno no yento aso na yeni di enkoma hodo isan se yakopon adoma the big game no etodwa ochena. Now Dr. Cranton edinkomo na o kire say Blasters game we aye kwakobo no e was say ekwan biaso no o piki win no edema Ghana na winners Ghana epike no eye non negotiable eti ekwan biaso Ghana intimi empike the 3 maximum point no enfama ye ebuso yenko na yenkotie Dr. Cranton nensema oritudwa.
Prior to 2006 we didn't qualify with matches to spare. We qualified the final 2 games to Germany 2006. I'm not able to easily, because we don't have a lot of time to share with you the numbers and the games and the outcomes, but I remember very well. Prior to 2010, same. We remember how we got to Qatar in 2022. We required 2 games over 2 legs against Nigeria. So qualification for us has always been like this. I thought the qualifying games for this World Cup in North America was going to be different. You remember I said bullishly here back in June, was it, that we could qualify even before the final window of double header. But the game against Chad made a big difference. If we had won that game, as Philip said, we'll not be having some of these conversations. I don't want to accept that Otuado really said what you said he said. You know, if there's anything like that, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, because these are people we say are professionals. You know, when you say that, oh, because what Ghanaians kept saying or what Ghanaians said prior to the Chad game, it caused the boys to lower what their performance and their thought processes, how important the game was, and as a result didn't do well. I'm not sure he meant to say that. You know, Otuado is more German than English, so maybe when he translated from German to English, he didn't get the sentences right, because there's nowhere these guys would accept it. If anybody, no matter how close the person is to them, even if that is the case, would want for it to be said publicly that they went a little easier against Chad because of the things Ghanaians made them feel. No, I mean, no, think about it. These are professionals, for Christ's sake. And winning the Chad game couldn't qualify you to play in the World Cup. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the attitude is everything. And for how professional we deem these boys to be, I do not expect that any of them will have this disposition that we're going to play a less fancied side. So then the approach to the game could be less serious compared to a game against Mali. We have to admit it, that this team hasn't played excellently. We haven't been overawed by the performances of these guys. We played 8 matches in these qualifiers, and we can't pinpoint one game we would say it was flawless. The passing was incredible. The goal scoring was easier. We played very difficult games, but that also is the mark of a team that is growing, can get better, etc. So let's just go with the flow and say we need to win these 2 games to seal qualification, and not talk about how a game was undermined or was taken less seriously because Ghanaians thought the game against Chad was no game. And for Christ's sake, you don't qualify to play in major competitions by undermining any game. No one does that. No one does that. So, my opinion, on Wednesday, you play Central Africa like you're playing the game that should take you to the World Cup. Because a win in that game, Madagascar failing to win, you make things easier for you in Accra in just 3 days. If you don't win, and there could be anything, let's not forget, we've played games in Accra when we only needed to get maybe just a point to appease everybody, to finish with some respect and dignity against Niger. And we did not. Now imagine, we couldn't do it when we needed just a point to say, listen, we're not going to the AFCON. But at least we finished our last group game with a draw. we sat in Accra and we lost. So can you imagine the level of pressure we'll be dealing with if we do not beat Central Africa and Madagascar win their game and our last game is in Accra? We don't want that. We've made plans for the World Cup. Listen, I was in a meeting earlier.
Okay, so and seminal and when you be out here, no blasters. My prediction still na major prediction on Yakopo Yaduma. A score line A say A21 41 51 61 and I say A say FATAWU comment session what emame na enkomodo intimi enkoyi.